Hi guys, welcome you guys all back to my channel. Fenty Beauty came out, so yeah, I know there's been tons of videos on YouTube already, so I'm not even gonna talk about like everything. I'm just gonna focus on the foundation. I ordered my stuff offline because I was at work and I knew I wasn't gonna be able to get there, so that's why you have a Monday video. But I just want to note that I did get the blotting powder from Sephora in the store, but I didn't get everything else because they were out of my color of foundation and they were out of the travel brush that goes with the blotting powder. So I ordered it all offline like before that. But I did get some samples of the foundation and the primer because I ordered the primer already too, to test out for a day. So this is going to be a foundation test, but first I need to figure out what my color is. Now, though Rihanna came out with 40 shades, she did come out with a lot more neutrals and cool tones than warm tones. And as you guys know, I am very warm. So technically, when I was looking online and I looked at swatches on Instagram, I assumed my color would be 450. So after searching 2 different Sephoras, ironically, they said they didn't receive the delivery of 450, but they had the sample, or they sold out completely. So I got a sample of 450. And before I prime my face or anything, I'm just going to swatch this on my face just to see if this is going to be the right color. And then it says that online on her website, it says you're supposed to let it completely dry to determine if it's your shade. I don't know what that means. I'm guessing. But I feel like this might really be my shade. Like I might have been correct. But while that dries, I'm going to swatch some other ones. Because, bless her heart, it was this girl there in Sephora. You know how some of the Sephora makeup artists are like really good at matching dark skin and then really not? She gave me some colors around 450 to where I could mix and make my own shade. So this is 430, which would be too light or the perfect color. This is very interesting. I feel like 430 might actually be a better match. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take 430. Okay, well, don't know. Let me get a brush and I'm going to just put it on that way because I feel like I thought 450 was definitely my color. This is a super liquid foundation. And then I'll rinse it off and put a primer on it. But I'd rather test it out and see. I think 450 just might be too dark. Like it's starting to look a little dirty. Yeah, 450 is too dark. It's definitely too dark on camera. So me looking in the mirror, I feel like 450 is going to dry darker and 430 might actually be my color, which is surprising because 430 is a more of a neutral color. Like I just knew I had to be warm, but it appears not. So let me rinse off my face. So I zoomed in on my face and I'm going to be using, because I just refuse to pay $34 for that brush. It's pretty much just a dense brush. So I'm going to be using my e.l.f. foundation blurring brush. And the directions say, because I want to do a full coverage. But first, I got a sample of the primer. And it's got a slightly pink tone to it. The lady in the store, there was a lot of ladies asking, I guess because they had dry skin, if this primer was good for them. And they didn't like the answer that they were getting. I just spilled that all over my camera case. Okay. So let's see what this feels like. Almost feels like a lotion. Gotta get it all off my camera thing because I don't want it to stick on it. I don't want to waste it. have a moisturizer, a really good, I have a Dr., what do I have? I have the Dr. Jart Water Infused Ultimate Hydrogel on my skin as a moisturizer. So I'm gonna see how well this mattifies. So my face is primed. With the moisturizer on, I don't feel like it's tight. Like I've been avoiding video, so I don't know how other people felt this primer was, but I do kind of feel like a slight tightening feel, so I guess it's like mattifying my skin. But because I have the thick moisturizer on, like the directions said, I feel like it's decent. I like it. So the color that I think I am in this foundation is 430. Now, if this foundation is wrong, then you guys will see me come back on camera, show you guys, and then switch to another one. But I think that I am 430. So it says put it on by dotting your face on the center of your face and then blending outward. So that's what I'm gonna do. No concealers, just a primer. And then I'm supposed to blend from the center of my face out. So supposed to, like, according to the instructions for best results, you're supposed to like push it in and roll it. So I don't know if that does anything, to be very honest with y'all, or if that only applies to their $34 brush. But I don't honestly feel like that makes much of a difference. I like the feel of the foundation. I don't feel like it's super heavy. I feel like it's just the right amount. It almost reminds me of the way the Naked foundation was to me, where it just felt really good on my skin. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like the lighting is playing tricks on my face, because I can't, it looks fine, actually. Yeah, it looks fine. So here's my next question. Because there was no like powder, am I supposed to be setting my face with the Instamatte blotting powder? Let's see. It just says instant refresh on the go filter effect. So guess I need to also have a moment and talk about how cute this packaging is. This is where the brush would go, as I'm sure you guys have already seen in all the videos. I'm actually not going to use this. I'm just going to take the plastic off and use a different brush to blend it in. Oh, it says it's translucent, but I don't know. It's a little white right now. Okay, well, if you blend it in, it looks really good. But you know, everything looks perfect when you first put it on. It's gotta like stand the test of time. I'm not gonna do a flashback test or anything. If you guys want me to, I will. But yeah, so I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup and all that, and I'll check back in with you guys in 2 hours. We'll see. We'll do it like 2 hours. And I'm gonna go run errands and stuff. So I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup, and it is 12:05. So I should check in about 2, and we'll see how this foundation is doing. So it's 2:05 p.m. I'm in my bathroom so we could get some light. I don't think it oxidized too much actually, but as you can see, things are getting a little shiny. I'm not gonna blot it out yet. I kind of just want to see what it's going to do on its own. But this is what it's looking like so far. And I do think that 430 is my color. I stand by the 450 being extremely too dark, and it was just too warm. So I'm really liking the 4:30. But yeah, that's my 2 o'clock check-in. I will be checking in again at 4. All right, guys, so it is 5 o'clock, and this is my lovely face. It is, I don't know, it still feels good. Like, I still really like the feel of this makeup, but I've been sweating a little bit because it kept claiming that, you know, it was sweat proof. So I'm like, okay, let me do something like go outside and see what it is. But actually, I want to know what the temperature is like outside. So right now where I live, it is 86 degrees, 40% humidity. So it's actually like lately it hasn't really been that much humidity. So it's been kind of weird in the sense that normally I would love to test this on a hot day here in Houston, but I can't. And I was going to keep my makeup on longer than this and do another update later on, but unfortunately for me, I don't have internet in my house. Something has happened to my internet and they won't be able to fix it till Tuesday. So if I want to get this video uploaded for you guys tomorrow, I gotta go to Starbucks. But let's just talk about the claims of each thing. So the first thing that I put on my face today was the primer, and the primer claims that it's shine stopping, pore diffusing, invisibly even skin tone, and absorbs shine. I would say that I agree. I feel like the actual application of the primer gave me a smooth surface to put this foundation on. I kind of feel like blotting, their whole reason they have blotting paper is because they know that it's not going to last all day. But I did get a good about 4 hours of wear before I felt like I needed to blot. Like right now I'm going to blot my face only because I want to see what will happen. So just blot one side of my face. See if it makes a difference. I can definitely see the matte difference right now. It's a huge matte difference between this side of my face and this side of my face. So the blotting powder really does help, and I'm glad that I got it because this way I'm not applying more color. So I don't feel like I'm looking cakey or anything, and I don't feel cakey either. Oh, that's a little bit I want to get on my chin. But yeah, so that is the difference. This is the oily side of my face, and this is after using the blotting powder. I think that's a good difference. The blotting powder, as it claims to absorb shine and diffuses the look of pores and is translucent. I will say that I can see my pores very well, because I had to get a closer mirror. Like, I'll just get my bigger one. But I will say I can see my pores very well right now. These are the areas that I consider my problem areas. And I guess in order for me to be able to say it visibly, what does it say? Pore diffusing. I don't necessarily know what that means in this particular case, but I feel like for a blotting powder, it does the job. This is a huge difference between this and this. However, I also want to point out that, like, notice my lines here and then notice my lines here. The blotting powder also helps with that, which is good. I just feel like maybe next time that I wear this foundation, I might go for more full coverage because I can see what I consider my imperfections of the makeup. But 4:30 is definitely my color. I think I still like this makeup. I've got makeup running all down my face and I did not even notice that there. So I wasn't intentionally going for smoky, it just kind of happened that way. But let's see, the foundation, as I said before, I'm wearing 430, which is a neutral, not a warm, and I'm kind of shocked by that. But I've been looking at other Instagrammers and YouTubers, and I'm noticing that a lot of the colors have been kind of off, where the neutrals, even though it's a neutral, is proving to be kind of warm. So for the sake of me like loving this blotting powder, I'm gonna blot the rest of my face because I don't like the unevenness. But notice this line right here. You guys saw how deep that line was, and this blotting powder really helped it. I really like this blotting powder. And I was telling my friend the other day that I was not going to buy the blotting powder because I was like, no, I'm gonna just use my regular thing. But I've seriously like just really appreciate it. But okay, so the foundation is a soft matte Longwear foundation. I got about almost 4 hours of wear before I felt like I needed to start blotting it, and I didn't do it the last hour because I wanted to come on video and talk about it with you guys. It is buildable. I go for a more medium look, but I feel like with this that I want to go more full. I did not use a concealer on any spots or anything, and I still feel like it gave me a nice even look. I will say that looking at it on my camera, I kind of feel like this is still my right color, but I feel like it's gotten a little orange. I'm not sure. I have to look at the video when I start editing to see if the beginning and the end, if I looked orange or not. I'll try to insert a picture if I do look different, but for the most part, I think this looks good for my skin tone. I feel like the primer or the foundation on its own probably would not have done the job for me. It's a very liquid foundation, and for some reason with the way my skin works, whenever I'm using an extremely liquid foundation, it seems that my face does not want to actually like cooperate with the situation. So me personally, I still like Fenty Beauty. I will say that in Sephora yesterday, I really struggled with finding my color. And that's because I was basing my color, what I thought the color I would be, off of the description of the color. So it would say, for example, warm with subtle red tones or things like that. But like 450, I think is the warmest of the warm, dark, deep skin tone ones, and it came off real dirty looking on me. Like it didn't really come off like it was a little bit of red, it was a lot of red. And I kind of feel like it was amazing to see 40 shades, but I still think we need a little bit more in our range. I will assume that there are going to be people in the middle that are going to have to mix shades. Luckily, 430 actually really works for me. And once I finish this sample, I am actually going to go buy the 430 foundation. I need new foundation anyway. My naked ones are done or expired, and I need those out. So I'm going to get a new foundation, and I will be getting this one. I like the way that it feels on my face. I like the way that it smooths my face. I don't know what this foundation will do without its sister primer and brother blotting powder, but I'm going to continue to use that combination. I'm not grading the foundation. I think that's retarded. Poor choice of words, or rather, but I like it. I do still like the Fenty Beauty. I also want to say that I will not be doing another Fenty Beauty video, like specifically Fenty Beauty, because I know you guys have seen all of the full face videos that have come out in the past like 3 days, and that's why I decided against it. I wanted to just focus on the foundation because that kilowatt highlight and stuff, it will more than likely be in my favorites and things like that. So I don't necessarily need to talk about it. You guys will just see it on my blog, my Instagram, and things like that. So as usual, thank you guys so much for checking out my channel, and hopefully my internet comes back on so I don't have to do this. But bye guys.